What is going on, gang? It's your boy Marcus Washington, and you're on the mark where we talk everything Falcons football, man. And it's the Friday Night Falcon Cookup. Listen, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to sleep. But I did want to touch on one video that kind of just, man, it irritated the hell out of me today. Um, Now we play the Panthers Sunday. We have an opportunity um, to get the broom out early, for a half sweep. We ain't sweeping the house yet. We win this game. We sweep. We're sweeping the kitchen. Um, do I have Carolina winning? No. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. But this team is 1-4 for a reason. They're 1-4 for a reason, and they were trash last year, and the previous year, and the previous year. Their ownership is hot garbage. So you bench Bryce, you bring in Andy Dalton, you have one good week, and then you get back on the losing side of things. So again, this to me is Atlanta's statement game. This is the game you need to put other teams on notice. You need to beat the dog shit out of the Panthers. Because honestly, on paper, they have no business winning this game. None. They haven't shown you anything this year. Anything. On paper, you got the better team. On offense and defense. But you win this game, it puts you up 4 games, 4-2, 3-0 lead in the NFC South. And you're pretty much in the driver's seat at that point. I expect this team to put up 28 points minimum on this team. You put up 36 on a team that has a way better team than the Panthers. Defense, definitely better. Now, is Carolina completely devoid of talent? No. Chuba Hubbard has come alive. I think he's got 3 straight games, almost 100 yards. But that's it. That's it. So Atlanta should beat this team. However, and let me give a shout out to media. Media has been talking good. It's hard to talk bad when a quarterback drops 509 yards. It's hard to really talk bad about it on prime time. And again, they had a Thursday night. It was okay for about 3 quarters. And then it just fell off the wheels. Wasn't better than our game, though. Geno Smith showed the world why he was Geno Smith. San Francisco looked like they got a little bit of their mojo back, but Seattle looked like they were making a run. And then Geno Smith throws a pick. So, again, man, not going to be a long one. I promise you it's not going to be a long one. Matter of fact, let me get to the chat here for a second. Country, what's happening, fam? What's going on? John says, what's up, Marcus? Let's get this W. Yes, sir. GA says, what's good, Mark, and Falcons family? What's happening? He also says, this week front 7 is going to go off. They are about to be very stout this week and put the league on notice. Yes, sir. And then he says, remember, we were 3-0 last year. All right. Joe, what's happening? What's happening? Rob says, what it do, Mark? What's the last piece to the puzzle we need? Honestly, man, I'm looking at the Jets. I'm going to see what they do. They're going to make it. If they lose Monday, they're going to make a play. Now, you got Devontae sitting right there. All of a sudden, his hammy hurts. You just fired Robert Saleh, and you promoted Jeff Ulbrich to the head coaching position. Shout out to Jeff Ulbrich. Shout out to you. I see you, my boy. Hate that we let you go, but hey, whatever. And then they demoted their offensive coordinator, Nathaniel Hackett. So we'll see. I'm gonna be keeping an eye on the Jets, because if they don't look good, they're probably gonna make a play for Devontae Adams. That means Hassan Reddick is in play. I'm looking at him anyway. So I'm gonna be paying attention there, because our pass rush right now is not good. Greg, what's happening? He says, "What up, Mark? I ain't far from you. Let me get them shoes. Let me get them shoes to do about you." Man, let me go in my closet and I'm gonna go in my closet, fam, and see which pair I wanna give to you. Matter of fact, when I get off of here, I'm just gonna go in there and take a look. All right, so let me do this real quick. So I'm gonna pull this up. This is Pro Football Focus. 200,000 subscribers, right? 200,000 subscribers, and they cover a lot of teams. This is their preview of the Falcons Panthers game. Fam, there's bias and then there's glazing. Now, on my channel, I'm supposed to be biased. It's a Falcons channel. I'm supposed to be biased about my team. However, I'm supposed to also be honest. If there's another team that's playing good, I'm going to mention that. If there's a team that's playing like utter trash, I'm going to mention that too. Fam, I just want y'all to pay attention to how they cover this fucking matchup. This is embarrassing how they covered this matchup. And I would say shout out to these two, but yeah, no, y'all don't get no shout outs.
Again, I was able to find sort of a hipster stat here because I was very curious about this, and I stumbled upon something that I thought was very interesting. Okay. It's the Panthers pass rush versus Kirk Cousins specifically. And there's some factors at play here. One, the Panthers pass rush is not great. It's just not. It is not a fear defensive line. They're not getting after the quarterback. They're not getting sacks. They've got a low pass rush win percentage as a team. They're not getting.
Now listen to what he just says. I'm gonna be pausing this often, fam. He starts off by saying the Panthers their rush defense, their pass, it's not good. It's not good. They're not good. But then the glazing starts.
Pressures. It's just not one that's really going to. I mean, we saw it against Chicago. I mean, Chicago. Caleb Williams had a time to throw above 3 seconds for the first time in his NFL career. It was below 3 seconds for the 4 previous games, and against the Panthers. I'm not gonna lie, he probably just thought, I don't need to move anywhere. I can hold on to the ball a little bit longer, and he absolutely shredded him for it. So one would think that the Panthers pass rush is not going to be good in this game. But Carmen, if they are, this specifically is a very interesting matchup against Kirk Cousins, because I think a lot of people think about Kirk as, okay, pretty high floor when it comes to how he plays versus pressure. Not an escape artist, not somebody who's going to run to the sideline like a Josh Allen or a Jaden Daniels or something like that. But he navigates pressure pretty well. And specifically, if you get pressure on him, he knows where the ball needs to go very quickly to get it out of his hands. So you're not getting a sack, you're not getting a pass breakup, you're not really affecting the throw. But when it comes to when he is pressured and when he is not, if there's no pressure on the play, Kirk Cousins has an 81.2 passing grade and only 1 turnover-worthy play. That is the best mark or least amount of turnover-worthy plays of any of the full-time starting quarterbacks in the NFL this season when he is kept clean. When he is pressured.
I like how he says of any of the full-time quarterbacks. Just say the number 1 quarterback. Of any of the full-time quarterbacks, That's every quarter. Bro, what the fuck does that even mean? He's got the best passer rating of any quarterback. Just leave it there. Why would you even say full-time quarterbacks? Who's a part-time quarterback out here? So again, Jesus.
And again, we think about Cousins as somebody who knows what to do under pressure, doesn't panic under pressure, doesn't put the ball its arm's way under pressure. 7 turnover-worthy plays already. We're 5 games into the season. He's got 7 turnover-worthy plays when he is pressured. That is second most in the NFL. So the floor of what Kirk Cousins presents to you when you are pressured is way lower than what it normally has been throughout his career. So if there is a world where the Panthers pass rush can actually really affect and get pressure on Kirk Cousins, he has been giving the ball away. And in a matchup where you think, okay, coming off of that win against the Buccaneers on Thursday Night Football, Falcons should win this football game. You get 1 or 2 extra turnovers here because of pressure, all bets are off.
Bruh, he starts off by saying the Panthers can't get pressure. So in this alternate universe, all of a sudden the Panthers are going to get pressure when they haven't been getting pressure all year. This is glaze. And I mean, listen, his name is Tampa Bay Trey. We just lit his team up for 500 yards. Kirk just sauteed his defense. And they're known for blitzing and pressuring the quarterback. How'd that work for y'all? How did that work for Tampa Bay? They got put in the Foreman grill on Thursday Night Football. And you mean to tell me this 1-4 team who can't get pressure is all of a sudden out of nowhere going to get pressure on Kirk? Okay.
Yep. So to me, that's how the Panthers really change the script in this game. Can they somehow get after Kirk Cousins? Because he has been known to give the ball away so far this season.
And that has to deal with his injury as well. Like you see that he's kind of avoiding planting on the foot with the injured Achilles. And you just have to think that that's a really hard injury to come back from. And granted, he's bounced back a lot better than some other guys that had an Achilles injury last year. But I really do think that that kind of enters into why this year he's just a little bit more skittish when it comes to getting hit. Whereas he really wasn't when he was with the Vikings in particular, because in the early goings of that, he was getting hit a lot and still delivering the ball, stepping up, doing all that stuff in the pocket that made him so good against pressure. So I think it's a really good call out by you. And then I'm going to give you kind of an opportunity that Andy Dalton has on the other side of all of this. And that's Andy Dalton against Atlanta's third down defense in particular, because Atlanta ranks dead last, allowing teams to convert on 48.53% of third downs. So now
I will say this. I'm going to give her credit for that. I've been screaming this all year. We cannot get off the field on third down on defense. We just simply, especially in the first half of games, sometimes I don't even want to watch third down because I know the defense is going to give it up. So she is accurate when she says that.
You have the opportunity to convert and stay on the field and extend drives. The average time of possession for the Atlanta Falcons is just 26 minutes and 14 seconds, which is the second worst because their defense cannot get off the field. And in that case, then Andy Dalton is going to have opportunities to sustain drives, to score points. And it's against also an Atlanta defense that isn't getting the sacks. They're not getting pressure. They have 5 sacks so far this season, which is dead last, tied with the Bengals of all teams. And they have the third fewest pressures this season at 54. Their leaders, Grady Jarrett.
Now, let me say this about the Bengals. They're losing because of their defense. It ain't because of their offense, because Burrow's been lighting it up offensively. Their defense, and mind you, they lost the Kansas City game that refs got involved with. We lost the Kansas City game where the refs got involved with. So you have to add that little wrinkle in there too.
10 pressures, Matthew Judon, 9 pressures, but it's just not a unit that you really have to worry about when it comes to, all right, can I hold the ball? Can I let these longer routes develop? Can I stay on the field? Can I sustain drives? Can I score points? Andy Dalton is going to have the opportunity to do just that because of the different phases of this Atlanta defense that are just deficient right now.
Yeah, no, I think those are all good call outs. I think that on the Panthers side of things, my big plus factor for how they're going to play on offense, you talked about Andy Dalton. I'm going to talk about Chuba Hubbard, who I think deserves some recognition here. The only player with more rushing yards than Hubbard over the last 3 weeks is Derrick Henry. And if he got if Hubbard got 3 more rushing yards last week, it would have been 3 straight 100-yard games. So amidst the offense,
and they're 1-4. They're 1-4. Listen to the Glaze. It's all Carolina, bro. A 1-4 team. This is supposed to be a breakdown of both teams. And look at the glaze they're giving Carolina. We're damn near finished with the video. But the pure glaze they're giving a 1-4 team is diabolical.
Struggles and the offensive roller coaster that it has been in Carolina this season with the changing quarterbacks, and then Dalton coming out hot, and then it's slowing down a little bit. Chuba Hubbard over the last 3 weeks has been someone that they have been able to rely upon heavily. We've seen them rely upon him in the passing game as well as a receiver. And so to me, he's a big time plus factor in this game, because if you can run the ball the way that you want to, and we've seen that this Carolina offensive line has given them the ability to do that, you can control the clock a little bit. You can keep this game close. And again, at that point, if you're keeping the game close, getting into the second half, the third quarter, the fourth quarter, sometimes it is just that extra possession, maybe an extra turnover. Does the ball bounce your way here and there, and you can come up with an upset at home against that divisional opponent. So as long as Hubbard is rushing the ball well, I've got faith that Carolina can at least hang in this thing and give them a chance before the clock strikes 0. So who's your plus factor in this one?
Yeah, it was Chuba Hubbard, because I do think that adds another dynamic, it just adds another level to this.
Now, again, this is a breakdown of the Falcons and the fucking Panthers. Both of their plus factors are Chuba fucking Hubbard, not Kirk Cousins, who just threw for 500 yards. Not Drake London, who went off for 150 plus yards. Not Darnell Mooney, who went for 115 yards. Chuba fucking Hubbard is their plus factor for this game. Okay, let's continue.
Panthers offense. And honestly, this offensive line, I think, deserves a lot more credit than we're giving it, because they were one of the worst units in the league last year. They did not do Bryce Young any favors. And this year they came out and they have been a lot better. I mean, are they the best offensive line in the league? No, but they are 6th in pass blocking grade. They rank 13th in overall offensive line grade, 70.7 PFF grade. Ahead of week 6. So this is a vastly improved unit that is allowing the team to run the ball. And when you factor in the fact that Chuba Hubbard can also get yards after contact, he's actually got 63 rushing yards after contact, which ranks 7th in the league.
Yep.
So it's one of those things where, yes, the offensive line is better in opening up things for Chuba Hubbard, but he is also doing his part when it comes to getting those hard-fought yards and getting yards after contact, which makes a huge difference for this Carolina offense if they can remain, have dimensions to this offense, not only have Andy Dalton there, but really get something going on the ground. And I think that they have an opportunity to do that. This is going to be, and plus it's a division matchup. So, and those are always weird.
Now, I thought when I first heard this, I'm like, maybe this was like a breakdown of how Carolina can win the game. But no. It says right here, hold on, it says right here, Panthers versus Falcons, week 6 preview. They didn't say a fucking thing about the Atlanta Falcons. Not one. They just talked about Kirk Cousins and how the Panthers in this alternate universe can develop a fucking pass rush to get pressure on Kirk Cousins. Fam, do you know, let me scroll down here. Their comment section, they only got 58 comments. Not a single one of them is positive. And you see mine right there. Boy, this is glazing at its finest. Everybody under the comment section saw how fucking biased this is. And this is, hold on. Let's go back here. They cover everybody. They cover everybody. This man, listen. This is why I don't really fuck with a lot of these channels, family. They shouldn't have been allowed to even do that shit. And then you got somebody who's biased and still butthurt that we cooked his team. Oh yeah, you know what? And you know they have to prep before they hit the live button. So I guess the conversation was, hey, listen, we're not even going to talk about Atlanta. We're going to talk about how Carolina can win this game, and we're going to call it a Falcons-Panthers preview. And everybody, dude, the only people who have the Panthers winning this game are Panthers fans. Unless Atlanta goes in there and this is a pure trap game, Atlanta should come out with the dub. But the fact that their key player was Chuba Hubbard tells you all you need to fucking know. Not a quarterback that threw for 500 yards. And they're 1-4. Why are you glazing a team that's 1-4? That whole video should have been this. The only way the Panthers stand a chance of winning is they got to get pressure on Kirk Cousins. If they don't, they lose. That's the end of Carolina's side. And Tampa Bay Trey ought to be embarrassed of himself. I don't even fucking know this dude. That's about as biased as you can get. Pure glaze. On a 1-4 team. They've been terrible for a while. Baker was there. Baker left, playing better. Sam Darnold was there. Sam Darnold left. He's playing better. Christian McCaffrey was there. The motherfucker's the best running back in the game. Seems like everybody that leaves there gets better, but people that stay there don't. But it's all about a 1-4 team beating the team that's at the top of the division right now. And just getting warm. Our last game was our best game offensively. Just getting warm. You hear Kirk talk about, yeah, you know, I'm moving a lot faster now. I'm processing a lot faster. Then the boy put up 500. 4 tutties. But Chuba Hubbard, though. Chuba Hubbard. That's the guy we got to watch out for. Now, listen, not knocking Chuba. I've been watching them. Boys been running the pill well. They're 1-4. Now, granted, any given Sunday, anything can happen. But right now, realistically, on paper, Atlanta should get this. Unless Atlanta has a fucking epic meltdown. But again, man, it's tough to listen to other people talk about my team, man. Especially with bias in their eyes. Fresh bias. You still picking up yourself off the mat, Trey. I'm pretty sure before they went live, it's, hey, we're not going to say anything good about the Atlanta Falcons. This is going to be completely about the Carolina Panthers. Which is fucking disgraceful. And Chick just went along with it. Oh, okay. They didn't even mention Kirk's yards. Notice how he didn't say anything about what we did to his team last week. Don't want to rehash it. That's why with a lot of these folks, man, on here, you got to be careful with who's telling you what. Because there be some bias, but we see what Mike Florio does. There's always some bias behind it. Still butthurt because we got Kirk up out of Minnesota. There's always some bias, fam. And I get it if it's on a channel that's specifically for the team that they're rooting for. This is, fam, it's called Pro Football fucking Focus. Shouldn't really be no bias there. But yet you just heard two people glazing a 1-14. A team everybody knows ain't going nowhere. That's the one team you can pencil in when the playoffs show up. They ain't gonna be nowhere around. But yeah, Chubba Hubbard. They can get some imaginary pressure on Kirk Cousins. Man, he might be in trouble. He's got 7 turnover-worthy plays. I mean, that could be anybody. Insert Jalen Hurts. Insert Patrick Mahomes this year. Right now, that could be any quarterback. But when he don't have pressure, though, he's best amongst full-time quarterbacks. Just look at the hate, bro. Just say among all quarterbacks. You don't even respect the game enough to give him that. You can't even respect the game enough. Full-time quarterback. Who out here part-timing right now? Who out here right now part-time quarterbacking? I want to know. Oh, maybe it's Andy Dalton. Justin Fields, maybe? Them the only two I give you. Who else out here part-time quarterbacking? This man, let me put this shit back on here, man. Cause I'm about to cook now. Cause I'm fucking irritated. I'm irritated. I don't like when people do not keep it real. And this is a preview. This is a fucking preview, bruh. Not a how can Carolina beat the Atlanta Falcons? Millie says Jacoby Brissett. Well, Jacoby Brissett just got benched. Prahlad said Trevor Lawrence out here part. Hey, not with that bank. Not with that bank they just gave that boy. He better not be out here part-timing. Deshaun Watson, maybe. Deshaun Watson is forced to full-time. Matter of fact, I ain't even putting that shit back up there. Fuck that shit. But he couldn't just say Kirk Cousins, when he has time, is the best quarterback. Couldn't just say that. It kills them. It kills them to see Atlanta out here finally cooking. So now they got to find every little thing. You know, I saw this. There's this bizarre stat. There's this. I had, you know what? I had to go up in the attic and pull out the archives and do some research for 5 days to come up with this bizarre stat that don't fucking mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. But if, just if Carolina is able to do that, if your team couldn't do it, and your team known for putting up the blitz, they couldn't do it. What makes you think Carolina gonna do it? Now, I'm not saying Carolina can't win. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They got a puncher's chance. But to sit there and glaze this team, bro, they're dead last. Where they belong. They'll probably be picking top 10 come draft time. Man, listen, Carolina might be so bad this year, they got a shot at drafting another quarterback. They might be that bad. Jonathan says we got a quarterback, man. Yeah. And I'm looking at, man, when you look at what Cleveland gave Deshaun Watson, 230 million guaranteed, fully guaranteed. We got Kirk Cousins 180. So you talking about that's 50 million less dollars. And the fact that they are stuck with Deshaun Watson for minimum 2 years. And they're talking about potentially benching him for fucking Jameis Winston. We dodged that bullet, bruh. I mean, bruh, I think they said Deshaun Watson's QBR Sunday was 8. Like an 8.6. And he had another one this season that was like an 8.3. Listen. Your boy then fell off the cliff. Climbed the cliff again. And then news died back off it. I remember, man, I heard somebody call Deshaun Watson the Ben Simmons of football. Bro, if that's the case, y'all got to get off him now. Atlanta, boy, that Hawks series broke Ben Simmons. The boy ain't been the same since. And he ain't never going to be the same. You look at Deshaun Watson out here right now. I feel bad for the kid because I know it's all mental. But that ain't our problem. We got a quarterback, man. His issue was maybe he didn't trust that Achilles in the first game, second game. Started feeling it Thursday. But bruh, that is probably going to go down as one of the worst trades of all time. I ain't even talked about the picks. And they talking about benching them. Jameis. The crazy part about it, Flacco in Indiana, they didn't want to pay Flacco the money. But then they gave it to Jameis. Man, I'm telling you, boy, between Cleveland and Carolina, I don't know who's worse. The sad part about Cleveland actually got a roster. They actually got some dogs over there. Carolina got Chubba Hubbard. If they wanted to glaze the team, they should have glazed Cleveland. But listen, all the disrespect stops here. Now, when we lose, I'm gonna take it across the chin. But goddamn it, they're gonna have to start putting some respect on our team name right now. These other guys, I just, they can find some way to get pressure. And Chubba Herbert is my key. Man, shut up. That's salt. That's salt in that man's mouth. And see, the crazy part is this. Tampa would have won Thursday. I wouldn't be sitting here hating on Tampa a week and a half later. Tampa got the dub. Hey, man, listen. See y'all in a couple weeks. If I'm doing a breakdown between Tampa, I even said this. Tampa. Now Tampa plays they play the Saints, right? That's a game. I hate to be rooting for the Saints, but I'm looking long term. I'm looking long term. I need us sitting pretty at the top. Now, do I think the Saints will win? Well, shit, they without their quarterback now. They supposed to be starting Spencer Rattler. We'll see how that turns out. But Tampa got a good squad. They got some fight in them. And the Saints look like pretenders with Alvin Kamara, with Olave. They got some pieces, but like I told y'all, they got Derek Carr. Yeah, Jonathan, his name was Tampa Bay Trey. So I give him credit for not hiding his allegiance, but he was clearly biased. Now, do I think in reality Tampa's going to win that game? Yes. Unless Spencer Rattler comes out the box firing. Tampa Bay fans, not Tampa Bay, but Saints fans, hey, they high on the kid. Maybe he comes out the box true. We don't know. But in theory, Tampa should win that game. Now, I think what the Saints will probably do is run Kamara into the ground. But we take care of business. I'm going to be paying attention to what's going on over there. But for them to be glazing a 1-4 team is pure madness. If Carolina wins, they win. But I'm not crowning a 1-4 team. I mean, just the utter fucking I almost want to play it again so y'all can see the utter disrespect. But I'll be sure to stay away from Pro Football Focus from here on out because I know they ain't talking about shit. Especially when it comes to our team. Man, matter of fact, let me see something real quick. Family. Let me see if he's posted a video up. No, he hasn't put it up yet. But yeah, man, there are only certain people I kind of watch anyway. I just caught that while I was in the car. I had YouTube on random. That shit came up. Man, I was fired up after that. But inside the little niche that I listen to, the Falcons niche, I don't really fuck with nobody else. Now you have your influencers that made videos about the Thursday night game. One, because it was a great game. You know, and it caught everybody's attention. You know, I even saw a video of a Kansas City, a Kansas City fan pretty much apologizing to the Atlanta Falcons. So there are good videos out there, but full time, yeah, I don't be following this shit. It's Falcons content a bust over here, to be honest. You know, you hear guys like Stephen A. Smith talking about playoffs. We ain't nowhere near the playoffs. You know, oh yeah, 500 yards. Yeah, we know if that was Aaron Rodgers, though, he'd been glazing it right on up. That's a bad man. He'd have been glazing Aaron Rodgers up if Aaron threw for 500. Kirk does it. We have to see what the fuck he does in the playoffs. Justin Fields throw for 500 yards, glazing them right on up. So Atlanta is one of the most hated teams in the NFL. Don't really know why. Because other franchises lose too. Jets been losing since I was, well, they had those handful of seasons where they had Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan. But for the most part, they've been losing since I was little. Buffalo went through, a number of years where they were not good. Those teams don't really get hated. And Buffalo went to back-to-back Super Bowls and lost. There's something about Atlanta. I can't understand it. It's not like we're out there with our chest open, our chest up, chest poked out, talking about we the best. No. That's why when we win a ring, boy, you talking about smoke. I'ma be a whole goddamn firefighter out here. I want all of it. There's a reason why people hate the Saints. Very legitimate reason. We ain't the only ones that hate the Saints. There are plenty of fan bases that marvel in the Saints losing. But that's because they're sore winners and losers. We lose family Sunday. We lose to Carolina. We gonna be outside. Ain't no hiding. We gonna be outside. Now we gonna be outside asking questions. What the fuck happened? But we gonna be outside. But I don't understand. Nobody is really given a tangible reason why the Falcons are so hated by people. We ain't did nothing to nobody. Nothing. Don't nobody hate Carolina. Carolina loses all the time. Hell, when they had Cam, they were loved. I will say this, though. When we did have Mike Vick, before them dogs, that was must-see TV. So I will say that. Maybe, just maybe, it might be because of the situation with those dogs. I don't know. But I don't give a fuck. Because we beat Carolina, there's a Panther pack inbound. If they beat us, okay, any given Sunday, what the fuck happened? I just don't see that happening. Let me see how much these tickets are, fam. See how much these Panther tickets running. And shout out to Cam Newton, man. When they had Cam, they were worth watching. All right. Let's see. I'm on StubHub. So 2 tickets. Yeah, okay. $27. 30, 34, 35, 39. Goddamn nice. Okay. But yeah, man. Country says, "Hey Marcus, when you talk about Any Given Sunday, I think about the movie with Jamie Foxx." Yeah, man. I never count a team completely out. Anything can happen. Kirk can throw for 5 picks. Anything can happen, fam. I just look at Carolina and I'm like, they defense giving up butt to every team they play. Andy Dalton came in, and for that one game, I'm like, okay. But who haven't they given the ass to? Saints put up 47. Chargers put up 26. Then they got that one win off the Raiders. Now they put up 36 points now. And then they came right back, gave the ass up to the Bengals, 34. And they just gave the cheeks up to the Bears, 36. Fam, 4 separate teams. Out of the 5 games they've played, 4 have put up 30 or better on this defense. But this guy want to sit here and talk about if they can get pressure on Kirk Cousins. Apparently, they ain't got pressure on nobody. Black Cat, hold on. Let me get to this. Black Cat says, so we just gonna act like y'all don't give up ass either. Not like this. 34, 36, 47. Come on, my guy. Oh, the Raiders. Well, I'd say this. 1, 2, 3. 3 of the games, y'all done gave up 30. Three of them. Now you look at us, we've only did that once. That was last week. That's with our team not being able to get off the damn field on 3rd down. So on the game we gave up 30, we won. The games y'all giving up 30, y'all losing. So we ain't built the same. Plus, y'all been trash for a minute. Here's the difference between our franchise, your franchise. We came into this year expecting to go to the playoffs. Y'all didn't. That's the difference. You can't sit here and tell me before this season started, you looked at your roster and said, we're going to the playoffs. You can't even say that to me with a straight face. That's the difference. Then y'all absolutely just trashing your quarterback, Bryce. Y'all put Bryce in a bad situation from the start. From the start. And what y'all expect from Bryce? What y'all expect from him? That man went to a terrible situation, and then y'all trashed him for not being a fucking superhero. Y'all had nothing when he got there. Y'all still don't have nothing. Benched him, think Dalton gonna be the goods. Y'all owner is gonna break y'all hearts over and over and over again. Watch what I tell y'all. When y'all trade Bryce, he gonna go somewhere else and he gonna show out. CJ says, dude, these Panthers fans really think they're evenly matched with us. It's wild to think. Not on paper. Not at all. But they still, hey, listen, any given Sunday. And we've seen a couple of games this year where we like, how the hell did that happen? Look at last week with Arizona in the 49ers. So there's always a chance. Black Cat says 7 years, no playoffs either, but okay. Yeah, we ain't been to the playoffs in 7 years. When's the last time y'all went? Matter of fact, let me see. Now you got me about to be petty. You got me about to be petty. Fam, don't act like y'all tickets last year wasn't 49 cents. Don't act like that. Please don't. Y'all don't even go to y'all games. Think about that for a second. Y'all don't even go to y'all games. And you know, I went to hold on for a second. Let me do this for a second. Hold on. So I went to the store not too long ago. Got me a bag of chips. First of all, chips are getting too damn high. And maybe it's I'm getting old. I remember a bag of chips running you 99 cents, bro. Now, you man bought me a bag of Fritos. Ran me $6. That's like 12 Panthers tickets. 12 or 13 Panthers tickets. Fam, I can probably load up a bus. Especially when they was selling them tickets for 49 cents. I could have loaded up a bus. Probably wouldn't have broke $100 bill. We ain't the same. Ain't nobody going to y'all games, including your own fan base. The cats want to sit here and talk about 7 years. We ain't had no damn quarterback. But the difference is this year, coming into the season, we expect the playoffs. Y'all expect to be at the house come week 17. This is a wasted year for y'all fans. Any win y'all get is a celebration. Any win. It's so bad that at the beginning of the season, y'all were already talking about a top 5 pick in next year's draft. Who we gonna get to take Young's place? That's how bad y'all were. Y'all were already talking about next year's draft before the season even started. Y'all had no hope this year. None. That's the difference between our teams and your teams. Even when we had Marcus Mariota, we felt we had a good enough team. Last year, we were like, yeah, you know what? We got a good enough squad. Come to find out, both quarterbacks cheeks. Y'all didn't have none of that. Even when y'all got Bryce Young, y'all didn't expect to go nowhere. But I didn't plan 2025's draft before the season started. I don't even know what we're going to be drafting. We have a pretty good idea where y'all going to be drafted. Pretty good idea. That's the difference. And it's because I'm going to tell you why, fam. I'm going to tell you why. Black Cat says our couches both look the same January. That's what a lot of teams. But I'm going to tell you why your franchise ain't going nowhere. He says you live and die by quarterback play. In the NFL, learn from Ritter. Bryce was never the guy like him. Yeah, but look at where y'all picked Bryce, though. And he's not the only quarterback that organization has ruined. Y'all had name brand quarterbacks there. Desmond Ritter was never a name brand. Never. Marcus Mariota was a bench quarterback. When we got him, we knew he was a bridge quarterback. We knew this. Y'all got Sam Darnold. Had Sam Darnold out there seeing ghosts. Honestly, fam, let's just be real. In the last 5 years, how many quarterbacks have y'all had? Nobody works in Carolina. And that's because your organization as a whole is awful. Your owner is schizo. And I agree, you do live and die by quarterback play. But when you put a quarterback in a bad situation, how the hell you think he's supposed to win? Especially if he's a rookie. Bryce was dead on arrival when he got to Carolina. You even know that. What weapons y'all give Bryce? Honestly. He was never going to be successful there. I can make the same argument for Justin Fields. When Justin got to Chicago, they started stripping the team. Got rid of Khalil Mack. Any weapons that they had, they got rid of them. Then they added DJ Moore towards the last year of his contract. And then they gave a new quarterback all the weapons. I'm just telling you the truth. Black Cat says they did not ruin him. He has physical limitations. Fam, do your homework. Lack of arm strength, bad footwork. Andy showed in one game our weapons were not the problem. Go back and look again. What happened to y'all last Sunday? I just asked that question. Now Andy came in, had a good game. What happened to y'all last week? What happened to y'all on the 6th? Y'all went from, hold on, let me make sure I'm looking at this right. Y'all went from 36 to 10 points in 2 weeks. Now with the Panthers, y'all fought that game. I give you that. Y'all fought. But fam, Bryce was a rookie. This is why I always tell people you cannot put rookies in for immediate work. It don't work like that. Not everybody is Daniels in Washington. Not everybody is Stroud in Houston. Those are the exceptions. Those are not the rules. When you get these guys, and y'all knew Bryce Young was undersized when you drafted him. More of a reason not to start him. But he's not the only quarterback that's been ruined by that organization. Not the only one. And I'd make an argument, y'all ruined Cam too. Country says they had Jake Delhomme, Jimmy Clausen, Cam Newton, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, and now Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is a backup. Now the Red Rifle was a beast when he was in Cincy, but now he's like Flacco. They're backups at this point. Anthony says it don't matter if the Panthers drafted C.J. Stroud, they would have ruined him too. I think C.J. would have had a better shot, but the organization as a whole is just not a good organization. Those are facts. Let's just get past the people they're putting on the field. Carolina's main issue right now is their owner. Black says he's the damn backup, cuz what I'm saying is our number one over prospect is not better than an inconsistent backup in Andy. It is what it is. What I'm saying is he should have been starting. That's my whole point. You got to give these quarterbacks time to learn the game behind somebody, like we're doing with Michael Penix. What we're doing with Michael Penix is what y'all should have been doing with Bryce Young. You draft him, you put his ass in plastic, put him on the bench. Most of these quarterbacks, especially when they're going into bad situations, going into Carolina was a bad situation for any fucking rookie quarterback. Those are facts. You put a guy like that on the bench. Now his confidence is probably shit. Now, I'm not saying that Bryce was the best QB to... No, I'm not saying that. He's undersized. And probably seeing ghosts like Sam Darnold was now. He's probably seeing ghosts the same way Sam Darnold was seeing them. But we'll see what quarterback y'all draft next year, because y'all going to be right there. Whether y'all get a win on us Sunday or not, y'all gonna be right there picking. With the third pick in the draft, Carolina selects. That'd be y'all. And I guarantee you, the next quarterback y'all put in that situation gonna end up the same damn way. Now, you talk about our defense. Hey, I'm the first one to say defense can't get off on third down. We score, defense runs back, gives the points right back. I've been saying that all year. But you can't put a rookie quarterback in the situation that y'all currently have. Now, are y'all better with Andy Dalton? Yeah. But that's because Andy Dalton is a seasoned quarterback. That's my whole point. Y'all didn't give Bryce any time. None to really develop. Let me do this. Let's do some Panthers history right here. All right. So let's go. Cam Newton's last year, excuse me. Well, his last year coming back was 2018. So y'all had that year y'all had Cam Newton, Kyle Allen, Taylor Heineke. Then Kyle started 2019. Y'all had Cam Newton. Y'all had Will Grier. Y'all had Teddy Bridgewater. Y'all had P.J. Walker. Y'all had Sam Darnold, Cam Newton. Cam came back. Sam Darnold, Cam Newton, P.J. Walker. Next year, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, P.J. Walker. Then y'all had Bryce Young, Andy Dalton, Bryce Young, Andy Dalton, 2023, 2024. And I'd say y'all ruined pretty much all these quarterbacks. Now, let's look at your last playoff appearance was 2017. Oh, I forgot about Matt Rule too. Man, the whole team a dumpster fire. Black Cat says time is not going to change footwork and arm strength. Those are still physical limitations. It's called prototypical size for a reason. You should understand if a QB lacks in those areas, they can't flourish. Well, here's the thing. I will agree with you. Footwork matters. Arm strength to a certain degree. You don't have to be an athletic marvel to be great at quarterback. Look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady has 7 titles. That man can't run away from a nosebleed. And he never had the strongest arm in the league. Matter of fact, I've always said that Tom Brady is the greatest system quarterback in NFL history. He had physical limitations as far as running. He ain't going nowhere. But mentally, he's probably one of the best there is in the game. You look at Drew Brees. Drew Brees up until the end. Mentally, he had it, just didn't have the arm again. He didn't have the arm. Towards the end, he'd fizzle out in the playoffs. Last 3 years, he would fizzle out because that arm just wasn't there. But before that, that man was throwing for damn near 5,000 yards damn near every single season. When you're looking at a young quarterback, these are things that they can learn. Look at with Justin Fields. They were changing the way that he was actually coming off the ball when he got the ball snapped. I think he used to start off on his left and they changed to his right. These are things that can be learned. And this is why I say you have to sit these rookies. You have to. Nobody was talking about this when Bryce was willing and dealing in Bama. Nobody was really talking about that. The NFL is a different monster. It's a different monster, man. And the ones who generally sit have a better chance of being successful in the league. Said, stop it. Both Brady and Breeze are outliers. You'll never see any of that again. I mean, Breeze only won one Super Bowl. And Breeze's records, the way they playing now, they probably gonna get broke. And Breeze, we gonna be honest, Chargers gave up on Drew Brees. He fell into a nice situation in New Orleans. And everybody on this channel knows how much I hate the Saints. But you can't knock what Drew Brees did down there. Even when they were losing, Brees was putting up monster stats. And those aren't outliers. Brady is probably the outlier. Because outside of Patrick Mahomes right now, I don't see nobody getting 7. But Brady is the greatest system quarterback in history. He wasn't going to woo you with, off script plays. Mentally, he had it all. What you're seeing happen with these rookies coming out and being put out there is it's a different game at the pro level. You're not playing guys that are your age or maybe 2 or 3 years older than you. You're playing Pro Bowlers that have been Pro Bowlers for 10 years. You're playing against guys like Nick Bosa, TJ Watt. You're playing against guys like that. Chris Jones. You ain't out here playing with guys that are your age. And you asking a kid to come in and make this happen? Man, listen. That's rare that does happen. But usually what happens is they'll trot these rookie QBs out here, and these rookie QBs will come out here and fall flat on their ass. They got to sit, man. They got to sit. Shard, what's going on? He says Jordan Love sat behind Aaron Rodgers for 2 years. Yes. And moved in and started doing his thing. Malik Willis, prime example. Tennessee gave up on him. I guarantee you, Black. I guarantee you, all jokes aside, if y'all would have sat Bryce, he would have been in a way better position to play football. Now y'all almost can't even put him in there. Y'all almost can't put him back in there because you got to rehabilitate him mentally. So the best thing y'all could probably do for Bryce is trade him. Like y'all have done with a lot of quarterbacks. Country says Breeze was on his way to Miami before he settled in New Orleans. Yeah, Chargers pretty much clocked out on him, especially when he had that surgery. And at that time, I think if I can recall, that surgery was kind of experimental in the NFL. They used it in baseball. And then that's when they went with Philip Rivers, and the rest was history. Both Philip and him had a good career. But watch what I tell you. When Michael Penix, when it's finally his time to play, you'll see what I'm talking about. He's going to see the game a lot better. Because to be honest, you could have started Andy Dalton last year. But y'all done ruined the guy's confidence and everything. Took Sam Darnold a minute to get back on track. Left there. What team did he go to after Carolina? I know he ended up in San Francisco. And then Trey Lance ended up in Dallas because they promoted Sam Darnold above him. Now, they wanted to do the same thing with Trey Lance. They wanted to sit him, but Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt. So they had to bring in Trey Lance. And then Trey Lance got hurt. So sometimes it doesn't work out that way where, you can sit him for a long period of time. Sometimes your starter gets hurt. Got to roll him out there. But in the situation of Bryce, he should have sat. Now, when we play y'all on Sunday, we gonna hand y'all ass. That's why, to me, this needs to be a statement game for Atlanta. We need to just go ahead and put y'all in the dirt. Nobody has y'all really projected to do anything this year. Black says Bryce's era is over. We have a top 5 O-line, and in the first 2 weeks he could not produce to wide open receivers. That's on him. The organization gave him weapons. Really? What weapons y'all got? Let me look at y'all roster real quick. Let me pull up y'all depth chart. Oh, y'all got our tight end. That's where Felipe went. And nah. Deontay Johnson, didn't he come from he came from Pittsburgh, didn't he? Yeah, I think he was drafted by Pittsburgh. Then y'all got Xavier Leggett. Yeah. Hey, you calling these weapons, all right. I mean, I don't really see anybody on this roster that scares me, fam. I'm gonna be honest. Nando says, what's going on, Nando? He says, Mark, they drafted Xavier Leggett in the Texas tight end. Okay. And nobody scares me on this roster. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, Chuba, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you Chuba. But these other guys, nah. But we'll see what they can do come Sunday. Black, hey, listen. If y'all win, come back over here. We'll chop up game. I don't see y'all winning. I just don't. But if y'all win, come back over here. We'll chop up good game. Because the thing about us over here, we gonna be here. regardless. Millie says a whole bunch of Jags. But yeah, the one thing I will agree with you is the Bryce era should be over. Y'all need to go ahead and try it. Y'all need to go ahead and trade him. He needs to go to a team where he can legitimately sit behind somebody. Like these rookies should. You know, so that's always been my gripe with organizations. You know, they get a guy, he goes to a bad situation, then they roll him out there, they still lose, and then they put all the onus on the quarterback. He went to a bad fucking situation, and he's a rookie. But you look at all the good quarterbacks right now. The Josh Allens, the Patrick Mahomes. They all sat behind somebody for a minute. You can't just roll these kids out here like this, man. And that's what the game plan was going to be in Pittsburgh with Justin Fields. But Russell Wilson had an injury, so they had to march him out there. They won their first 3 games? Now I think they're leaning towards Russell Wilson to play the next game. Which, again, I don't mind because Justin Fields still needs to sit behind somebody. Okay, so he says Deontay Johnson, Xavier Leggett, first round, Adam Thielen, who, you know, I like Adam Thielen, but he's getting a little long in the tooth. He's not the same Adam Thielen from the Vikings. Jatavian Sanders, give that to CJ Stroud and see what happens. They drafted all offense for him this offseason. Okay. And don't forget, GA says, and don't forget they drafted Jonathan Brooks from Texas. Okay, we'll see. Andy Dalton got them weapons right now, so we'll see what y'all do with these guys come Sunday. Now, mind you, y'all should convert a lot of third downs because we give up a lot of third downs. So y'all don't have. Matter of fact, y'all got any excuse to lose. Y'all don't. Our defense is known for giving points right back, and they can't get off the field on third down. So these weapons should be enough to beat our team. Matter of fact, we the underdog now. I mean, we only got Kirk Cousins. We only got Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, you know, Darnell Mooney. We just got some ordinary guys, some average players on our team, especially on defense. You know, Simmons, Bates, Grady, Judah. I mean, these are some ordinary guys. Nothing special, nothing to write home about. Nothing to worry about. Matter of fact, we just like y'all. GA says, yes, they do. They franchise and coaching scheme ass. Hey man, I'm all for a dogfight. Now, don't get me wrong, but if we win, and man, all jokes aside, when we win, that'll put us 3-0 in the division. I would love to hear Pro Football Focus glaze the Panthers the next week if they lose. I want to see those same 2 people glaze Carolina with their next opponent. And I ain't taking nothing I said back on that. That shit was trash. That segment was trash. And I ain't saying this because I'm a diehard Falcon fan. No. If you are going to cover a preview of a game, don't be biased. Or don't be that biased. So if it gets back to him, hey, I don't care. Y'all know me. GA says Panthers looking at Carson Becker, Tepper, gonna try and make Prime mad and go after Shador. Hey, listen, man. I'm all jokes aside. If Carolina were to get Shador, that would put asses in the seats. And I think that's what they need. They need like that jolt. They need that jolt. And there are a couple teams that need that right now. You look at prime example, you look at somebody like Devontae Adams. You know, I'm hearing behind the scenes the Saints trying to make a play. But with Derek Carr being out for indefinitely, they don't even know when the boy coming back. And then he got that oblique injury from a pass. He didn't even get hit. So if the reports are accurate on Devontae Adams wanting to play with somebody he's played with before, that might have knocked the Saints down a peg or two. The Jets need him. Now, the irony about what's going on with the Jets, they fire their coach and then they demote the OC. But what they're saying is that's what Robert Saleh wanted to do anyway. He wanted to demote Nathaniel Hackett. That is just all, man, the Jets are all strange. But when you look at Aaron Rodgers' track record, what's his name? That'd be on ESPN. He called Ryan. Oh God, I feel stupid for not knowing his name because I know the team he played for. He called Aaron Rodgers a catfish. Boy, I got a chuckle out of that. Oh, Martavia says Adam. Oh wow, really? Adam says he said he'd retire if they trade him to the Saints. Right, appreciate that. Ryan Clark called your boy Aaron Rodgers a catfish. Now I'll say this: Aaron Rodgers statistically is one of the best quarterbacks in the history of the NFL. Those are facts, right? However, watching that team play a couple of times this year, especially last week against the Vikings, they had a shot to take the Vikings out. They don't run motion, which to me is wild because damn near every team runs motion. But we'll see. And they play Monday night. I'm gonna definitely be watching their offense and see what they do. Because it was clear they put Nathaniel Hackett in there. That's Aaron's guy. I want to see what an offense looks like when Aaron doesn't have complete control of it. But Aaron Rodgers is not the same guy that he was 5 or 6 years ago. And that's okay. And he's coming off an injury. They do need to run the ball more often. But if they got Devontae Adams over there, team might change overnight. It'll definitely inject some energy into the Jets fan base. And I'll say the Jets need it, man. They need it. King Richie, what's happening, man? He says, "What's up, Mark? They gave Ulbrich a shot after watching Raheem with the Falcons." Hey, man, I'm big on Ulbrich. Y'all know how much I hated when he left. I loved what he did with this defense. So for him to get a shot, hey, man, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Congrats. Now it's an interim position, so you know he's got his shot. But if I'm Jeff, hey, listen, we talking about getting Devontae. We talking about it. Now I don't know what that's going to mean for the cap. I have no idea. But you know the history between Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams on the field. That should be enough. Country says, "Hey Marcus, did you hear that Dean Pease came out of retirement?" Yeah, I heard that shit. As long as it's with another team, I could care less. Dean Pease did absolutely nothing for us in Atlanta. Nothing. GA says, "Remember what Rodgers said, don't change the team, bring the same team back," and they did. He's got a lot of pull. But yeah, man, I'm interested if they do get Devontae Adams, how that offense would look. But as soon as they get him, Terry need to be on the phone. He need to be whatever the Jets gave up in picks to get Devontae Adams, because Oakland wants a 2. Ain't nobody tearing down their door for to give up a 2. So if they give up a 3rd, Terry need to be on the phone the same day. I got a 3rd for you. Now, Hassan gonna want a new contract. We got to figure that out. But we got to figure it out. We got to pull the trigger. If that's the case, then so be it, man. Because right now our pass rush is not looking good. King says, hold on, let me get to you, King. No, the owner said they feel he will bring a spark to the team. He definitely would, because again, Devontae is top 5 receiver in the game. It's hard for me to put anybody over Tyreek. It's hard for me to put anybody over Jefferson. It's hard for me to do that. But he's top 5 for sure. GA says, "I'd rather have Crosby." Hey, either or. We need a pass rush. But I'm definitely down to see what happens, because the trade deadline is coming up. I think in 2 weeks, something like that. Man, I said I was going to be on here for 30 minutes. I've been on here for 1 hour and 36 minutes, man. Burning the midnight oil with you guys. But shout out, man. Shout out to Black Cat Panther Podcast Network for getting in here and chopping up. If we lose, he gonna be back in here full throat. And hey, listen, we smoke on a pack, we can get smoked on. That's how I look at it. But, I have us winning. My final score probably be something like, man, I'd say 32-17. I think, our offense found something in that Thursday night game against a better defense than Carolina's. So we'll see. We're playing. I think we're playing on the road. Nando has it 42-19 Falcons. Okay, Nando got us giving a 40 piece to him. Nay, what's happening? He says, had to pop in and say, what's good, my boy, in Dallas for my college graduation, but got the Falcons 34-14. Congratulations, fam, on that college graduation, man. He's got us at 34-14. Okay. But it's gonna be interesting. This got to be a statement game to me. And I know some be like, statement games are meant for good teams. No, they are to a certain extent. But to me, you're supposed to beat a bad team. You're supposed to beat a bad, and Carolina is a bad team. From top to bottom. Organizationally, they are a bad team. And you're supposed to stomp the shit out of a team like this. Not play close. Not have it 14-17 final. No. I'll take that win, but I'm going to hey, listen. I'm going to be scratching my head on a win like that. Tampa's a far better team than Carolina. So, again, offensively, how I would play it, pretty similar to Thursday night. Kyle Pitts, somewhere in the realm of 7 to 8 catches. I feel like this should be a Darnell Mooney game because if Carolina knows better, they're definitely going to put eyes on Drake London because Drake London went smooth the fuck off against the Bucs. So Darnell Mooney should have more yards than Drake this game. From a schematic point of view, I see Bijan coming alive this game. But again, with Kirk getting his, what seems to be his mojo from last year a little bit, Kirk definitely can't throw for 50 plus times. He can't throw 50 plus times. So I see a firm balance, but Shard says still have Ray. Yeah, man. Boy, I'm telling you, teams got off the hook when Rondell went off. When Rondell went down, this league got off the hook. And this might bode well in the next year because Ray has been productive. And hey, we might see a Kadero Hodge sighting again. Millie says Bijan should be limited again this week because of the hammy, and that means Kirko chains again. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But I definitely got us winning 32-17. I think Carolina makes it a ball game in the beginning, and then we just take off. But if it's a dogfight, man, hey, anything can happen. We've seen upsets this year. I don't want to be one of those upsets, especially how we've been winning this year. I don't want to be one of those. You're high on Thursday night and then you crash and burn to a 1-14. And I'm gonna be honest, fam. The way I've been smoking, I'm gonna let if we lose, I'm gonna let Panthers fans come in here and give work. I'm gonna let them do it. But if we win, y'all know we on a Panthers pack Sunday. Y'all know we on a Panthers pack. But with that being said and done, fam, your boy is about to get off. It's damn 1 o'clock in the morning, and your boy got to be up bright and early. But that's been the Friday night Falcon cook-up, man. Appreciate everybody that was in the chat. And any Carolina fan that runs across this and feels the type of way, hey, man, I don't care. Y'all win Sunday, y'all jump back on here. Because the one thing I can guarantee you, win, lose, or draw, after the game, I'm gonna be here. And y'all can smoke on the Falcons. I want to see y'all try to smoke on the Falcons pack. I want to see you try. Matter of fact, y'all win. I'm gonna put on my page y'all smoking on the Falcons pack. Because if I can talk heavy shit when we win, we lose. Hey, it is what it is, baby. But the only games we've dropped was to the Pittsburgh Steelers, which again, you can call that a rust game, and the champs, which you can argue we get that PI in the end zone. Hey, but then on the flip side, let's be biased. Philly runs the damn ball, they win the game. If there's a face mask that's called, Tampa has an opportunity at a field goal. Just how it's been this year. But under no circumstance should y'all even have a chance in this game. So with that being said and done, fam, your boy is up out of here. We'll be back on here Sunday to chop up game after the game. And hopefully we smoking on the Panthers pack. We out. Peace.